All right, we're live here in the Land Investing Pros group. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. Super excited to be here. Today we have something super special for you, right? It doesn't matter where you are in your business. What we are going to teach today is going to be essential and necessary for you to continue to grow and start investing in land, right? So today we have something super special to you for you. And it's regarding virtual assistants. Okay, and so anyone who owns an online business knows that having a virtual assistant is extremely necessary, especially if you want to start making money faster and start getting things done a lot quicker. So virtual assistants are very necessary for that. Okay, and so today that's what we will be talking about, right? How and when you should be hiring a virtual assistant to help you with your business and help automate it and get it to the next level. Okay. And so before we get into this, I want to see some action. If you can hear this, if you can see me and you're watching this live, leave a comment, give me some hearts, give me some likes so I know who's here and who's not. And if you are watching a replay, um, then comment replay so I know who's here, right? So I can interact with you guys afterwards. Today's going to be super special. We are going to talk about one of my favorite topics, virtual assistants, because the moment that I hired a virtual assistant, this business got a lot more fun and my business got a lot more scalable and more profitable in the end. And so we will be talking about that, and I will honestly give you just a lot of content, a lot of information for you to be able to start moving forward and start working with virtual assistants. And also, if you do have any specific questions about anything that I'm saying, anything that I'm talking about, anything about your business, your land investing business, then definitely leave it in the comment section so I know who's. Oh yeah, so I can help you, so I can help you move forward with your business, right? And so today like I said, I got something special. So, quick story of where I was at before I started getting or started working with a virtual assistant. I was at the beginning of my land flipping business, and I had done a few deals, and I was making money, and I had a few notes that I was managing. I think I was at about like five around there. I had bought and sold five properties, and I was managing five properties. And so five honestly isn't much, and you can easily get to five. And so I was honestly still at the beginning of my land investing business, but I was at a point where I just couldn't do everything. Right, there are a bunch of things that needed to get done. Letters needed to get sent out. The due diligence on each of these properties that would come in had to get done. The contracts had to get filled out and sent. The properties had to get posted. Right, so a lot of things were I guess piling on top of each other because I couldn't do it all myself. And no one can. You won't be able to do this business all by yourself. You can have it as a side hustle and spend a few hours or a few hours a week, and you can make money this way. But if you're looking to scale and if you're looking to make a lot of money in this business, you really need help. And the best help is through a virtual assistant. Okay, and virtual assistants are still really cheap. You can get a virtual assistant for fairly cheap, and someone who knows what they're talking about, know what they're doing, and they can actually get the work done for you. Okay, so I was at a point where I was managing these properties, and I didn't have all the time and the energy to get everything done. And so I reached out, and I started working with virtual assistants, and they made it easy. So one of the things that my virtual assistant started doing right off the bat was marketing my properties. That was the hardest not the hardest, it was the most time consuming for me and the most tedious thing to do for my business. So I wasn't doing it. I wasn't posting my properties for sale, and like there's no business. I'm not gonna make money if no one's gonna see that my properties for sale, right? And so I got a virtual assistant to do that for me, and my property started getting posted throughout the internet, and obviously I started getting more leads, and I was able to sell more. Okay, so you have to really see what are the things that you're not doing because you don't have a virtual assistant or you don't have any help. What are the things that you don't know about and you don't have someone else to do it for you because you don't have a virtual assistant to do that for you? Okay, and so you have to think about those things in your business and start outsourcing those things. Okay, and so once you get to the point where like, dang, there's so many things that need to get done because your business is growing and you're making money and you're doing great and you want to keep growing, but it's not getting done because you're on your own, right? And so that's actually when you know you need to be hiring and going moving forward with the virtual assistant. The moment that you have too much work and you're making a good amount of money, but it's just too much work for you to do on your own, that's when you should be getting a virtual assistant and working with virtual assistants. Okay? And so it's not a bad idea to start off with one and start off with working with virtual assistants. And so from here on out, I'm going to say VAs instead of virtual assistants because it's just shorter. But if you are looking, you can start off with a VA in your land flipping business. So if you're just starting out and you want to learn this business and you want help from a VA, you can do that starting out. Right? There's a service called landvas.com. They're really great, and yeah, you can pretty much give them tasks, and these VAs, they do the work for you. And the great thing about these VAs is that they're fully trained and they know what they're talking about and know what they're doing. But it's honestly really good. And so as you're watching this, please give me some questions so that I can answer them. If not, I will be coming up with my own questions and answering them myself for you guys, because I know anyone who's watching this now or watching this later will get a lot to gain from all of this, right? And so one of the first things that you can and should be outsourcing to your VA is doing the due diligence on these properties. So when obviously you send out the letters, you get people saying yes, you get a lot of people saying no, but you get people saying yes, a lot of people saying yes, and those deals, those properties, you then hand it over to a virtual assistant, and the virtual assistant can do the due diligence on that property. So they'll look up comps, they'll look up if it has power, if it has water, if it has road access, what are the taxes, are there any backed up taxes, basically just do all this work. And obviously you should know how to do this yourself and have a good understanding of it so that you know the VA is doing it well. But these are some of the things that you should be outsourcing. And so when you're doing the due diligence, they're doing that, they're doing the hard work, and they're getting all that information and they're compiling it into something that's just beautiful, right? Something that you can just easily look through and see what the deal can do for you, and then you decide to move forward with it or not. So that's really good, and it's really great to have a VA to do that. The second thing that you can have your VA doing is setting up the contracts and setting up the deeds, right? So when you're purchasing these properties, you have to have your deed written up, a new deed written up saying that the previous owner is selling it to you. That can be tedious also, and you might it might be a little bit difficult for you. It's different for everyone, right? But it's also something that's kind of low level. It's a low level task. There are things that you should be using your time on. You should be using more of your time on because it's just smarter and wiser to do that. But these small tasks, they need to get done. So a VA is perfect for that. It's perfect, and you will be super blessed. You'll see the benefits of it. But yeah, this VA can actually write up the deed for you, write up all the contracts and the documents so that it's ready to purchase right away. And so that's something that you should be giving out to your VA also, right? So I'm going down the list. I'm going down through the whole process, letting you know what your VA should be doing. So your VA should be doing that. Okay, now you own the property. It's in your name. Now you got to market it and sell it. This part was the hardest part for me. It was just really boring when I first started, and I didn't want to use my time on marketing the properties. And it's extremely essential, but I didn't have the time for it. So when I started out, I didn't. It was hard for me to do it. And so you can have your VA market the property, and you can have these VAs market your property, right? And like I said, Land VAs, great place, landvas.com, and they can actually give you a listing, and then they can help you post it, right? But that was one thing that I just wasn't doing well. So my VA, or the VA, was actually writing up the listing, right? Getting the photos together, the photos that I would use to market the property, getting the description of the property ready, and just start posting it throughout the internet. So it would be Facebook Marketplace, Zillow, Craigslist. You can even try TikTok. There are a bunch of these other platforms that you can be using. And so, marketing is something that you should be giving out to a VA also, and they can be doing that. Okay, now you have it marketed, and it's out there, and people are contacting you, which is great. Now, how else can you use your VA or give work to your VA? You can have them contact or reach back out to the leads you're getting, but that's probably not the best use of your money and time because they're trained to do these like repetitive. Usually, virtual assistants are good at doing repetitive, easy things that are kind of tedious, but they're really good at getting that stuff done. When it comes to sales, it's a little bit harder and it takes more knowledge and skill in that. So it's not the best way to use a VA, right? A salesperson would be a lot better than a VA. But yeah, now you sell it. When you sell the property, you can actually use the VA. You can get those documents set up through the VA, right? So hopefully you can see how important a VA is in your land flipping business, and you can see how much life or how much easier life can be if you have a VA in your land flipping business. It's extremely necessary because I just named off pretty much almost the whole process of a land flip, and a VA is involved in every single step and can save you hours and hours of time, and which in the end is saving you money and making you more money because things are working smoothly and they're moving forward and things are just working out great. But that is hopefully something that you're noticing that you should be using a VA throughout this whole process, right? And so if you're watching this, let me know what you think. Do you currently have a VA? Or have you had any questions about how to get one or how to work with them? Let me know. Leave some comments there. I need to get some interaction here. Give me some likes, some comments. But that is how that works, and honestly, it's really good. Okay. Another great way to use a VA is after you actually sell the property and you're getting payments, you can have your VA manage those properties, right? So by managing, I mean making sure that the payments are going through. If the payment doesn't go through, your VA can reach out to the property owner and say, hey, this property, your payment didn't go through for whatever reason. They can send out any receipts. They can send out any contracts. They can send out any default letters if a property owner defaults. So these are all tasks that a VA should and could be doing for your business. And hopefully that kind of gets you excited, because if you're looking to get scale and you're looking to save time, if you're working a full-time job or you just don't have the time because you have a family, you have a wife and kids, or a husband and kids, you don't have the time to do every part of this business, there isn't a problem. You should still be able to do this. There's always a way to have success in this land flipping business, and we show every single one of them, right? We teach you and we help you through that process. Okay? There's just just great returns in this. Our students are consistently purchasing and selling deals, getting them for about 20 to 30% of what they're worth and selling them for more. So that means people are getting properties for about 2,000 and selling it for 8 to 10,000, right? So these are the spreads that you can be making through land flipping and through the land flipping formula. Okay, you can be purchasing these properties for extremely cheap and selling them for a lot more. So it's a great process. For you who are watching, what questions do you have about land flipping? What questions do you have about virtual assistants and how they work? Because I'm here to help you to answer any questions, right? But you should be, like I said, hiring a VA or working with a VA starting out. The land VAs is a great place of doing that. And it's just a great way of doing it all. Okay? And so, like I said at the beginning of my land flipping business, I was having trouble. I was not getting all the work that needed to get done, and so it was just hard for me to make sure I continued to grow. but I am now working, and I am working with VAs that are doing the task and moving forward and getting things done right. So it's just a great use of your money to outsource it and use other people and hire other people to help you and get you ahead of your business. So Blake, we got a question. How many deals would you recommend to do on your own before hiring a land VA to help? Yeah, so you can actually start using landvas.com to help you with your first deal, right? So let's say you're on your first deal and you don't know how to set up the deed to purchase the property. So through Land VA, you can say, hey, there's this property, this is the APN, and I'm purchasing from this amount from this person. I need help writing up the deed, and they will actually do that for you. Yeah, which is great because that's something that could be intimidating for some beginners or something that is just unknown, right? We show you that in the land flipping formula and in the course, but if you don't feel comfortable doing it yourself yet, or if you just don't want to use your time on that, then you can start using them right away. There's no reason why you should wait. Obviously, if you want to hire someone full time, you will want to know how many, or you will want to know how to do the whole process, and you want to be experienced, and so, and you want to have enough money to start paying them full time, right? And VAs are extremely cheap. Definitely, you can pay them for less than $10, easy, to do the business for you. So it's pretty good. Good question, Blake. Thank you for that. But yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty straightforward. I hope you're excited to start jumping into land flipping and seeing, and I hope you're excited to start jumping into start making money and using your money to make more money, because that's what investors do. Okay, we replace our time with money. So instead of using our time, we use money because in the end that will make us our money, right? Money does not get tired. Money will always work, and money makes more. So as an investor, you need to start thinking that way. You need to start seeing how can I use the resources that I have to start creating a cash flow and start changing my life little by little. Okay. Um, like I said, our students and myself, I have my own land flipping business. I'm consistently finding deals for less than $2,000, less than $1,000, and flipping them for minimum 3 times more, right? And so that those are some of the margins that you can be making. Okay, so for example, I recently purchased a property. I'm getting it for 1,800, and I can sell it for minimum 8,000, probably on the higher end to 11,000. So I'm closing that property. I'm gonna finish that property this weekend, so it'll close by this weekend, and I'll have it on the market this weekend. And I'm looking, it'll probably sell here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, probably even sooner, because it's in a hot market. So I'm really excited about that one. But these deals are consistently coming weekly, daily, almost. Like I have deals coming in front of me, and I look at them, and luckily in this niche, we're in the position where we can actually pick the best ones rather than fighting for the best ones. Okay, we're in a position where we're always having deals in front of us, and we're analyzing these deals, and we're picking the best ones, right? Which is different from any other real estate strategy. It's just you just can't find that anywhere else, where you have so many deals in front of you, and you're in the position where you're saying no, right? And so, how much do you mail, or how much mail do you send out weekly / monthly? So I send out weekly, but that's just what I do. Some people like to send out monthly. I just have it set to where every Monday I have letters being sent out, and it just helps me make sure that I don't forget one month, or make sure that it's getting done every single month. And so it varies. Sometimes I'm sending 500, minimum 500 a week on my end, but that's minimum, and it just goes up and down depending on if I'm in heavy buying season or not. And so that's what I'm sending. Obviously, that's on the higher end. You don't need to be sending out that many to get your first deal. Yeah, and we in our program we show you exactly how much, or give you an idea of how much you should be sending out, and give you a great idea of how how many deals you'll get from sending out those letters. Okay, and so that's the process with that, and honestly, it can be extremely lucrative. And so if you start sending out more letters, then you'll get more deals in front of you, which is cool, which is really good, But starting out, I would start out with sending out around 1,000. I mean, you can send out less. I've gotten with 500 letters. I've gotten 1 or 2 deals from that. But if you want to guarantee success, then I would say a minimum of 1,000, and that's going to get you results, and you will be able to purchase a property at extremely cheap and sell it for a lot more. Yeah. And so another example, this one, I'm working on this one. It should close around next week. The check was sent out, and so it's another property, and it's in Florida actually. I'm getting it for $3,000, and I can sell it for. I have it comped out at about 12 to 15,000, and that's on the higher end, but minimum 11,000 for sure. Minimum 11,000, but yeah, it's great returns. Like put 3,000 in, I'll get 11,000 out. Right? Obviously, it's not all profit, but I'm getting my money back plus the profit. So great returns happening all the time, every day for everyone who's doing this. So it's a great time to jump into this. Don't ever feel like there's too much competition or it's too late, because it isn't. You'll be surprised how much land is actually out there. It's like so much. And so there's an opportunity for all of us. And yeah, we recommend that everyone start jumping into this and start making money, because there's money out there, right? It's great for a side hustle or great for your main business, and a good thing to look into if you're looking to replace your current income, right? But yeah, those are some of the numbers. That's how you should be using VAs for your business. But I will open it up a few minutes for any questions, so please do leave some comments, leave some questions so I can answer it. I'm here for you. I'm here to make sure that you have success in your land flipping business. So I want you to yeah, just take advantage of this time. I do go live every week here in the Facebook group, where I go over yeah, just material. I teach you what's going on. We got another question. Thanks for answering. Do you try to recover your investment on the down payment? I mean, it does happen, and I do that. I get a majority of my investment back from the down payment, but my rule of thumb is to get your money back within 12 months. If you're getting your money back after 12 months, it's a bad deal. But getting your money back from the down payment happens all the time, and if that does happen, it's a plus, and it's a great plus, obviously, because then you can just reinvest it. But as long as you're getting your money back within 12 months, if it's a big deal, like a big, yeah, pretty much a big property or a big deal, then definitely look to get your money back within 12 months, because at that point, then it's scalable. Then your business is going to be able to grow. You'll get your money back fast enough to be able to put into other properties. If you aren't doing that, then it's just going to be too slow. Your money's coming back at too slow of a rate for you to continue to grow. So you got to look at this business as a long-term thing, especially if you are financing your properties. One of these properties selling it finance is going to be minimum 2 years, right, of dealing with that note. And so this is a long-term business. You're looking into this as a long-term thing. So you want your money back within 12 months so you can start investing it and grow your business consistently as you're holding all these notes. Okay, but like I said, having a down payment cover your initial investment is a huge plus, and it does happen all the time. And yeah, it's a good time to celebrate when that does happen, and it's a good time, right? How many deals do people average of 10K mailers? Or sorry, you're saying you send out 10,000 letters? That's 10,000 is going to get you. I don't know. Let me calculate that, because I don't have it down to a science, to a percentage. But let's say you get. 1 second. Let me just do some real quick math. Honestly, I would say with 10,000 letters sent out, you could get about 15 to 20. Let me leave this up right here. So if you're sending out 10,000 letters, you should be getting. You can move forward with about 15 properties, right? 10,000 letters is going to get you a lot of responses. And so you could get about 15 properties from that. And that's obviously if you're going after, well, actually, yeah, 15. I think that's a good number out there. But like I said, I don't have it to a science, to a number exactly, but that's a good average right there. Um, Especially if you are pricing your offer correctly, right? So you can be sending, if you're sending out thousands and thousands of letters, but you're pricing your offer incorrectly, then that means, or if you're pricing it incorrectly, but you're sending out thousands of letters, you're going to get a lot of no's and you're not going to get many yeses. But if you're pricing it right and you're sending out thousands of letters, you're going to get a lot of yeses, right? So you really have to have both. It's not just a numbers game. You have to have both. And we do teach that, and we show you our formula and exactly how we choose our markets, and we talk about how to price those markets. So that part's really necessary, and we like to simplify it and bring it down to a science almost, which allows you to pretty much just follow the blueprint, follow the formula, just stick to what we teach, and you'll have success. Just like so many other students, how I'm doing it, how Paul and Willie are doing it consistently every single day. And so that's just a quick tip for you. Make sure you're pricing it right, and make sure you are sending out enough letters for you to get results. Okay, so you need both. All right, but thank you for that. That was a good question. What other questions do we got here? Right, so I'm here to help you make more money and land. If we're coming to an end, I think we are. I've been on for about 26 minutes, but like I said, if you are interested in working directly with us and learning the formula that we teach every single student and the formula that we're doing every single day, then definitely reach out to me. You can leave a comment in the comment section, and we can definitely get you integrated with the program and get you making money by the end of the next few months, right? So we got one more question. We'll leave with one more question. Are the blind offers hard to price? Can you do it pretty quickly if you're targeting multiple counties at a time? So first, I'll just break down that question. So first, you shouldn't be targeting multiple counties at a time. You shouldn't be targeting counties at all. You should be targeting little markets, hyper-focusing on markets, so that you can properly price your offer, okay? And so that answers the first question, which is if you hyper-focus, and we teach you how to hyper-focus, and we teach you how to analyze the markets, then you will be sending blind offers with the right price and offering the right amount, okay? If you don't do that, and if you don't have a strategy, and if you don't have a system for that, then your mailer is not going to work. It's going to fail, and you're just going to be throwing money down the drain. Okay, so you really need a formula. You really need to know what you're doing. You need to know the strategy, and if you're doing that, then you'll do great. But if you're targeting full counties and sending out just all these offers just to hoping someone catches it or someone says yes, then yeah, you're not going to have much success in that. But if you do have a science, then you will have a lot of success in this. But thank you, Anthony. Also, thank you for anyone who's watching this right now. Yeah, I'm here for you. So we got Anthony. How much do you guys charge? I just need help with blind offers. Yeah. So I feel it's funny because I get that a lot. Like, hey, I just need help with this. And yeah, there are things that we. How do I explain this? I don't want to say this incorrectly. I guess when I first started, I thought I needed something, and but really I needed so much more, right? And so if you're starting out and you don't have a strategy and you're having trouble pricing it correctly, then I'm almost 100% sure that there's so many other things that you don't know that you also need help that will put everything together and put all the pieces together for you to go through this business models correctly. There's no point in trying to build your own systems or figure out things on your own if people are already doing a strategy and a formula and it's working. So that's what we do. We lay it out clearly. We help you move forward with it smoothly so that you have success as fast as possible so that you have money in your pocket. But Yeah, Anthony, I will reach out to you. I see that you're on YouTube, so I will reach out to you on YouTube so that I can, yeah, help you with that and see if we can even work together, you know? And so there's that. But again, if you are interested in land flipping, we're the land investing pros. We know what we're doing, and we can definitely help with your journey. Okay, so we got another Facebook user. We got, what's the process of self-closing? What forms do you need to have? Is there an amount you set to self-close as opposed to going to title? So what's the process of self-closing? It's pretty simple, honestly. Yeah, it's pretty simple. So what you do is you get someone to say yes to your offer. That's perfect. Then you actually have to find out if that person actually owns the property, and you have to go through the due diligence process, which is extensive, and you need to not mess that part up. You really need to get that part down. If you don't have a strategy and know how to do that, then you're going to lose a lot of money in that process alone. But after you do the due diligence, you find out you want to purchase it. You then get the document set up, which is usually a purchase agreement, and you get a deed signed or prepared, and you send those documents to a mobile notary who then meets with the seller, and that mobile notary also has a check in the seller's name, gets all the papers signed and notarized. The check is handed to them. The documents are then sent back to you or to the county. Yeah, and then at that point you are um, in the clear. You own the property now. The check has been given. You now have the documents, or the county has the documents, and you're good to go. So that's how the self-closing process goes. Is there an amount you set to self-close as opposed to going to a title? Obviously, if it's a huge deal, like it's a huge property and a lot of money is being involved, then definitely go through a title company. But a lot of the times, these smaller deals, they can be just self-closed, and so that's what we do, and that's what I do, honestly. But that's the process. It's pretty straightforward. Again, you can't mess this up, or you shouldn't mess this up. Make sure that you have your strategy aligned and you know exactly what you're doing so that you don't mess this part of the process up. Okay. And yeah, so don't. And again, if you do have any questions about that, just reach out to me specifically, and I can definitely help you with that process. But yeah, I think we're coming to the end of this live session. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the questions and participating with me. I like talking about land. That's all I think about. That's all I do. Um, yeah, I'm actually out here. So I'm in Utah right now. Just working with some people out here that are also in land, and that's actually why I have all this behind me. I'm in their office down here. But yeah, I love land. I love talking about it. I like anything and everything to do with land. And so if you do have any questions, I'm the person. We can talk and we can get everything figured out for you, so we can get you into basically this program where you got to take that leap, right? If you've been studying land for months and you haven't done your first deal yet, you're missing out, and you're just, I guess you're just holding yourself away from moving forward with this. Okay, so we do lay it out perfectly for you, just very straightforward, very organized, and very learnable for you to be able to start doing this and get your first deal here in the next few months. And so it's the best. It's just the best way. One of the best ways of making money through real estate is through land flipping. But yeah, that's all I got. And I will see you all next week. Oh, hold on. We have one question. I promise you this is the last one. I promise you. Just like I like talking to you. I like seeing what y'all got going on. Has anyone used QuickBooks to collect payments? So I do know of some people who use QuickBooks, and I think it's like an ACH, right? So you can do automatic payments through that. So I do know people are using it. I've never done it myself, but there are people in this field that do use QuickBooks to collect payments. But yeah, there are a bunch of services out there. There is MoonClerk, which works great, right? So you can check that out. Yeah, there's just a bunch of other, bunch of random services you can use to take your payments. Okay. But QuickBooks is a good one. I don't have any experience with that. I'm sorry, but I do know other people do it. So yeah, great. So unless one last question comes in before I click end the live, this is it. I will see you next week. I go live every Thursday here in the Facebook group to interact with you, get some good feedback from you, and yeah, just move forward with this business. Okay. So again, I will be back next week in the Facebook group and on the YouTube channel. So until then, see you guys. Bye.